Okay, so I couldn't be there today. You are going to take your graded practice on mean, median, mode, and range, as well as box plots. So I'm going to do a quick review on box plots, and then you can take the quiz. Or graded practice. Um, when you make a box plot, it has 5 key parts. All right, so your part all the way here on the left is your lower extreme. It is the absolute lowest number and in your set of data. And then you've got your other end, which is your upper extreme, which is your absolute highest end of the data. So upper extreme is the high end up here, low extreme is the low end right here. Okay, then there is the median of the data, okay, which is found the same way you find the median normally. All right, you line them all up, least to greatest, and you find what number is in the middle. If there's 2 numbers in the middle, we add them and divide by 2. So this is our median right here. Then the really new piece here is that you are now splitting into these quartiles, all right? So you've got your lower quartile and your upper quartile. Now, quartile, if you look at it, it has the quad, so upper quartile, UQ, there we go. Okay, quartile, quad, all right, when you hear that base, it is a base that tells you that you're going to be dealing with 4s, all right? And so a quartile is one of the 4 pieces to make up the whole set of data. So this, we've got a quarter of our data here, 1 out of 4, another quarter of it here, 2 out of 4, another quarter of it here, 3 out of 4, and another quarter of the data here, 4 out of 4. So 25% of the data falls into this part right here, and 25% of the data falls into this part right here, and 25% of the data falls into this part right here, and finally 25% falls into this part right here. And that makes sense because 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 20 equals 100% of the data. Okay, so all of the data is being represented, and it's a matter of which quartile is which. Okay, and this box in the middle here is showing 2 of those groups, and so 50%, the middle part of, and it's the middle 50%, falls into that box. All right, it's the middle of the data. It is where the majority of people fall, okay? This 50% right here. All right, so with all of this in mind, we also sometimes want to find what is called our inner quartile range. All right, and so that inner quartile range is saying like what's inside of this box right here, okay? So what is inside of there? To find what's inside of there, what's the range of that box, I'm going to take the upper quartile, so this number right here, and I'm going to subtract the lower quartile, and that will tell me the range of what's inside of the box, my IQR, my inner quartile range. All right, so that's how I find inner quartile range. I take my upper quartile, subtract my lower quartile, and it tells me the range of what's inside of the box. All right, so this should be a good review for you. Take your time on the test, do your absolute best. You are allowed to use your notes. You are allowed to use your study guides. You are allowed to use calculators. So make sure you use your resources wisely. And I hope to see you soon. Be on your best behavior for the substitute. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.